Good evening, everybody. It doesn't seem like 5 minutes since we were doing the lunchtime one. I hope you've had a good rest of the day and everybody's got some alcohol to watch this. I feel like we all need a bit of a drink today. I don't know why. It's only Tuesday and it feels like it should be Thursday. So today I spoke to Di Hassel, who is the fabulous creator of some of the most wonderful shoes I've ever seen. And now I am being joined by Sarah and my husband in the background looking at the computer screen. Sorry about that, everyone. Now I'm joined by Sarah, and she is a travel agent specialist. She is a specialist. And she is going to tell us all about her life in the travel industry and where we are at the minute. And she's also going to talk to us about wonderful weddings and honeymoons and anniversaries abroad so that we can all dream about them for the next couple of months. So let's bring Sarah in. Good evening.
Hello, I haven't got a glass of fizz. How rude.
I know, how rude. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I'm good. I'm getting there. Yeah.
Good. So for people that don't know you, do you want to just kind of explain who you are, what you do, and how you are involved in the wedding industry?
Okay. How do you want me to start? How I started in the industry? How I got there? Like all these many moons ago?
However you want to.
Okay. I'll start with where I started. As a kid, my dad used to travel quite extensively for work by himself. He didn't take the family with him as he wasn't able to. Left my mom, my brother and myself at home. And he would go on these wonderful trips around Europe, even Iran, Russia, as it was then. And he'd come back with these remarkable little trinkets and gifts and these stories that he could tell us about these places. Oh, my goodness, the Russian ones were not great. My mom got a phone call from the KGB. Yeah, saying, I know your husband Peter is going to Russia and I know you have children, Sarah and Ivan. And
oh my God.
Really, my mom was quite frightened, bless her. I didn't know this until later. However, yeah, so he went on these amazing places, bringing back all these like postcards and stamps and little gifts and things. And it really got me thinking, oh, there's lots of lovely places that I could go and see. So anyway, when I got to my last year at school, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I hadn't got a clue. So good old mum trundles off to the colleges and gets all the prospectuses, as mums do, looking after their kids. And she came back with this prospectus from Loughborough Technical College, and it was leisure and tourism. And I thought, oh, I quite fancy that. I could do that. And that's how it started. So I went to Loughborough. I did that first year course. We did a work placement, as we all did work placements when we were at school and stuff as well, didn't we? My school one was terrible. I was in the blooming fresh produce place in a supermarket.
Oh, gosh.
The cling filming stuff. I mean, how random's that for what I do now?
Oh, you knew that it wasn't for you though by doing that work experience.
But then at college, the work experience, I went to those that can perhaps remember Lewis's department store in town in Leicester. They had a travel bureau and I started my career there.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, all those years ago. So that's how it started. So long, about 1983, maybe. God, I sound old. And then I stayed on at college, did another 2 years. I did really well at college. I was a bit of a swot, really. Got distinctions, won Student of the Year, which gave me a trip to Amsterdam, all expenses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did very well, but I loved it from the beginning. And that's how I've stayed in the industry all my life. And then when I left college, I got a little job. Well, I say a little job. I was the manager at 19 of an independent travel agency in Broughton Astley. I know. It seems bizarre when I think back to it. I mean, my life experience was practically zero, and they trusted me in this place. And I stayed there for a while, but it wasn't busy enough. I needed a bit more. And so I went for an interview at Thomas Cook, and I joined Thomas Cook in 1987.
Yeah.
And stayed with them for 27 years.
Wow.
I mean, goodness me, that's so long to stay with one company.
In the same place, or did you move?
I'd moved different shops. I was in Beaumont Leys inside Tesco supermarket is where I started. And then Hinckley, Belgrave Gate in Leicester, the big one there.
Yeah.
And then where did I go to then? Then I went to Blaby. Then I went to Northampton, then Nuneaton, then back to Blaby. So I was all over the place.
Yeah.
But I had an amazing career there. We went on overseas conferences. So every year I'd go somewhere different.
Wow.
Best one was, oh my goodness, we went to South Africa on conference.
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then we could pay to either do something before conference or after conference. So I did a safari. It was just like, oh my goodness. So that was my first inside knowledge of South Africa, and it's just amazing.
Wow. Is that your most favourite place that you've been to?
I have 3 favourite places. I'm very greedy.
Yeah.
Australia, South Africa, and Western Canada.
Oh, wow. And you've been to all of those with work?
No. I say no. Western Canada was with work in 2019. That was a trip because I'd always wanted to go to Canada and had never been. And a trip became available through work, and my name was put forward, and I went on that. That was just incredible, through the Rockies, etc.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
But, South Africa I've been to twice, once on conference and once for a holiday. And Australia twice. That's been both for holidays.
Wow. So where is your favourite place in the whole of the world?
Oh, you can't ask that. That's so not fair, Charlotte. So not fair, because everywhere is amazing for its own particular reasons.
Yeah, okay.
The reason I like Western Canada, South Africa, and Australia, there's 3 reasons.
Yeah.
Food, drink, and scenery and animals.
Okay.
So Australia's way of life is just, I'd go tomorrow and live there if I could, but I can't. I'm too old. So, but yeah.
Where did you go in Australia? Did you go everywhere or to a specific place?
I've been to New South Wales, Queensland, and South Australia. So I've been to 3 of the territories. So that includes Sydney for New South Wales, the Blue Mountains, and then Queensland, Cairns, Barrier Reef, Kurunda National Railway, and then South Australia was Adelaide, Kangaroo Island, which unfortunately got battered in those bushfires.
Oh, did it?
I was there in 2019 in November, and then January, February, they had the horrendous bushfires, and took out so much of the local habitat, etc. However, I've been on like a Zoom training more recently, and it's really good to see how things are getting back to some normality there.
Oh, good.
Cruise in Hudson Bay and the koalas. Yeah. Oh God, sounded Aussie then. Koala. Sorry if anyone's listening that is Australian. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
going back to you, What's the most important thing that you like people to know about you?
Oh, wow. Well, I've known you for a long time, and I've just told you quite a lot of things that you didn't know, which is quite bizarre. I think doing the job that I do, I think the most important thing is the amount of years experience I have in this business, that I can share that with my clients. I'm not a one-hit wonder. I've done it for 37 years. And if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know, and I'll go and find out. I won't just blag it and make a mess of it. I will do that. So I think that's important, how long I've been doing the role. Yeah.
Yeah, your knowledge is amazing. Literally, it's amazing. So COVID has been a nightmare for us all, but it's been a nightmare for you in the travel industry. What are you most looking forward to this year?
Going on holiday!
Aren't we all?
Oh my goodness. I've got everything crossed that later in this year, people will be able to resume flying again. I'm pretty confident about that, with the vaccine and lots of protocols that are being put in place by airlines and hoteliers, etc. And as long as we do our own little bit, yeah, you might have to wear a mask on a flight. Yeah, you might have to wear a mask when you're moving around the hotel if you're not sat down having your evening meal, or sat at the bar, or lying on your sunbed reading that amazing book that you've been wanting to read for 2 years now because you haven't been on holiday. But if that's all that you have to do that's different, then why not?
It's only what we're doing here anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I went to Turkey last September, and had to wear a mask all through the airport, all on the aircraft, on the transfer, moving around the hotel. But after 2 days, it just felt normal, even in those temperatures of like 30 odd degrees. You just did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cheers, everybody. As if you were magic.
Oh, some little treasures just bought that for you.
Yeah, I have.
You're a lucky woman.
Yeah, so yeah, I just, COVID has just taken away so many people's dreams of these amazing holidays, and all I would say is hang on to those dreams. Those dreams will be fulfilled. You will get to these places, maybe a little bit later than you'd anticipated, but you will get there.
But how much more will we appreciate it when we get there? Because we've had to wait.
I just think we'll be like kids in sweet shop.
Really?
We will just be so excited.
Yeah.
It just blows me away. Just blows me away. I mean, I did a poll on LinkedIn this week to find out where people were thinking of going after lockdown, and I think it was 37% said they were staying somewhere in UK, 4% UK islands, and about 48% wanted to go abroad.
Yeah.
Well, that just says it all, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Says it all.
Yeah. Everybody on the comments is now dreaming of going to Australia.
Thank you. I can get you there when they open their borders, because they're not open yet. We're hoping for later on this year, but time will tell.
So where's going to be your first place to go once you're allowed? Once those planes are flying, where are you going?
I think this year it'll be somewhere probably like Turkey, one of my favourite places.
Yeah.
Really good value for money, good quality accommodation, lovely, friendly people, and amazing food.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I can go to Australia, I will be on that plane.
Will you?
I will be on that plane. So I'm hoping 2022.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so amazing there.
And because of how many times I've been and where I have been, I'm actually recognised by the Australian Tourist Board as a specialist in that area. Yeah.
Wow.
So something else that I can help people with, extensively share my knowledge.
So I know in this series we're not supposed to talk about weddings. We're supposed to talk about you. But
That's fine. I can talk about weddings. I can talk about honeymoons. I can talk about mini moons. I can talk about baby moons. I can talk about renewal of vows. I can talk about special anniversaries.
just a quick question on it. So if someone's thinking they're wanting to get married abroad,
Yeah.
in your opinion, do you need to go to see the place, or would someone like you have enough information and knowledge that you don't even need to see it and it's just okay for when you get there to get married?
Yeah, I've got all the tools available to me. Videos, we can do Zooms with the resort, all sorts of stuff. So you don't physically have to fly there to go and view it, to then fly home, add that cost to your overall destination wedding package. We can do all that from the UK, from the comfort of your lounge if you wish to. I would say a pub, but we're not allowed in them at the minute. So yeah, that can all be done from the comfort of your own home, and it can be as close to home as like Italy, or it could be as far away as we can get married in Australia on Fraser Island, for example.
Oh, can you stop? Can you just stop?
Sorry. Or the Caribbean or Mauritius. So yeah, I know this is the thing. Travel is so emotive to so many people. I can just talk for hours, and I'm sure people could listen for hours as long as I'm talking about amazing places that they would love to go to.
I know. Which is more popular? Weddings, first time weddings abroad, or vow renewals abroad?
Oh, there's quite a lot of both, to be fair. I would say, though, at the moment, because of lockdown and because of this really pants situation we find ourselves in, there's a lot of brides that are now, it sounds terrible, that have had enough. They're like, I can't be doing with changing my dates again. I can't have the people that I really want there.
Yeah.
So those brides are tending to think, do you know what? Why don't the two of us just zip off when we can, just have a small intimate wedding, and then beautiful on the beach, maybe on a jetty going into the ocean, in beautiful tropical gardens, wherever it might be. And then when we come home and we're able to have a massive celebration then.
Yeah.
The wedding is about the two people that are getting married. It's their day. It's their thing. And renewal of vows, we do loads of those, again, all over the world. And they are popular for like 10-year anniversaries, 25th year anniversaries, etc. So anything's possible. Nothing is impossible these days.
Yeah. It's so flexible, isn't it? It's there's something for everybody, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's just a few questions on you. So what book are you reading at the minute?
Oh my goodness, Charlotte, don't ask that. You know I don't read books. How very rude. The only time I read a book is when I'm on holiday, on the airplane or on a sunbed, trying to relax. I've got ants in my pants. I'm ever so fidgety. But when I do read a book, they're like rom-coms.
Oh yeah,
Kinsella, that type of thing that's easy to read. I could read a whole book in a day and then be on the next one the next day. But in the UK, I don't read other than brochures.
Just look at the pictures in the brochures,
though. Get me there.
Yeah. What about box sets? What have you been binging?
Oh, I love Suits. I love The Blacklist. I'm just currently watching Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yes.
I mean, some of these are not new.
No, but
it's just easy watching. Easy watching. Yeah.
It is. So what is your best piece of advice? It doesn't have to be to do with weddings. So something that you live by, anything. What's the one piece of advice you always give to someone?
Don't let your passport ever run out, because you never know when you might be able to go somewhere tomorrow.
That's a brilliant piece of advice.
I'm joking apart. That is a piece of advice I do give to people, but there's another reason as well. There's so many times you need ID these days, and you're flipping around trying to find something. So yeah, you need a valid passport.
Can I just ask a question on passports very quickly?
Go on then.
So now we've come out of Brexit.
Yeah.
Do we all have to get a new passport?
No, you just use your current one until it expires.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Even though I'd like a blue one. The only thing you have to be careful of, and I'm trying to find an easy way to explain this. Previously, up till now, if you renewed your passport early, you would get that old bit of your passport added onto your new bit. But that's not valid anymore.
Oh, okay.
So say your passport was issued on the 11th of January 2010, that passport will expire the 11th of January 2020, or would have done. You don't get that free extra bit anymore, so you need to be really careful on that. But there is a website that you can go on and check your passport validity, and it's a gov.co.uk one. So yeah, it's good.
Amazing. I'm so glad you stopped by now. So very quickly, please can you explain to everybody before you go the little holiday series that we are doing together?
Oh, I hope people can come. I really do. Charlotte, myself, and 3 different companies are doing some events online. Obviously, we'd like to do them in person, but hey, that's out the window. We've got some events that are focusing in on destination weddings, honeymoons, and maybe even renewal of vows and special celebrations. We have 3 events. The first one is the 11th of February at 7 o'clock, and that focuses the Caribbean. And that is with a company called, I'm sure some of you have heard of it, Sandals Resorts. And if it's a wedding that you're after there, they offer a complimentary wedding. So, yes, you have to stay 3 nights minimum. But who'd go to the Caribbean for any less than 3 nights? I don't really get that, but there we go. And then we have another one on the 20th of February. This time it's at lunchtime. And that focus is on Mauritius. And that's with a company called Beachcomber. Now, Beachcomber were the first company to go to Mauritius. And they actually were the first ones to have their own hotels on the island. So their hotels have prime location. And they only have 1 wedding a day, which is even better. And then last but by no means least, we have the beautiful Italy. That's on the 23rd of February. And that is again at 7 o'clock. And that is with a company called Classic Collection. And we'll be looking at weddings and honeymoons there in the lakes, down by the sea, Sorrento, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. Italy is the place for romance.
It's beautiful.
So yes. So we'll be looking forward to it. And lovely Charlotte will be assisting with some beautiful dresses and maybe some accessories and some shoes, and maybe not shoes. If it's Mauritius, you might not need shoes, but yes, all those lovely things. So if you're interested, anybody, just drop us a note and we can let you have the details.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. It has been fascinating, and I feel thoroughly miserable now that I can't go on an aeroplane, but we can all dream the day we'll be here again soon.
I know. It will come around very quickly.
It will. Well, thank you so much. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.
Okay, bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.